Hey guys, my name is Alex Tuesday. How you guys doing? And in this video, we're going to talk about 5 things I want to see in Spider-Man 2. And as we know from the recent, I guess you could say, recent gameplay reveal of Spider-Man 2, it was definitely very cool to see all the new stuff we saw, like for example, Venom Spider-Man. That was really cool to see. The fact that we can actually now probably play as both of them in the game, both Miles and Peter, which is pretty cool as well. And the fact that we have also a much larger map. But let's get into the 5 things I want to see in this game. So the first thing I really want to see in Spider-Man 2 is more suits. Now, as we know, in the first game, there was over 40 suits in the game, and most of them, I believe personally, were really cool suits. I hope that what's going to happen in this game is that we could get all those suits, plus the ones that we can get. Like, for example, if you've not seen the Collector's Edition and the Deluxe Edition versions of these games, you'll see that you can actually get more skins or you get more suits with such pre-order and etc. And so we could definitely see more suits in this game. The second thing I'd like to see in Spider-Man 2 is a bigger map. Now, from what we see from the reveal gameplay trailer, we actually see that we can actually go into Brooklyn and Queens as well, which is so cool. And the fact that we get to go to Spidey's home place, which is obviously Queens, from most of the origin stories we know of Spider-Man, of course. And yeah, also just to say that the gameplay trailer in general, and the whole fact that we go to Brooklyn, and you know, we haven't seen Brooklyn yet, but we do know what Queens looks like a bit, and it looks really cool. It's very much opposite to what we see in actual Manhattan, or the island of Manhattan, and so I definitely like that contrast to how the city actually is in real life. And I hope, and of course there probably will be, but again, just part of the fact I want to see in this game is hopefully fast travel, because obviously the subway system worked perfectly in the first game, and so I think it only makes sense to put it in this game as well, because bigger map, it makes people more pissed off by having to travel further distance if you don't put the subway system. So yeah, you got to put that in there. The third thing I'd love to see in Spider-Man 2 is the fact that we got a little tease of Peter Parker being a lot more darker in this film. Now, in this game. And what we saw in the gameplay trailer is that, you know, he's a bit more aggressive, he's a bit more clear-cut, straight to the point. He doesn't even sometimes request the help of Miles, he just does it on his own. There's very much traits of Peter being taken over by the symbiote, so, you know, that is definitely something I'd love to see in this game from what we've already seen, and well, it's already happening, so the only thing I really want to see now, from all the stuff we have now gotten from the information, of course, is that Peter might do something very irrational in the game, which then causes to hurt Miles. Of course, we have to also think about how Miles is going to deal with this as well, and Ganke as well, because he's going to be in this game as well. And so I think that'd be really cool to see in Spider-Man 2 as well. So in Spider-Man 2, I'd love to see more comic books as well. So this is my fourth point that I want to see in Spider-Man 2, is that we will see more comic book characters. Like, obviously, we're going to get Kraven the Hunter. Now, obviously, I'm not that familiar with Kraven the Hunter. I only know that he obviously is a very, enhanced man with freaking animal wear, basically. Gets like a big freaking fur pelt on him and just freaking has leopard print all over him, and especially in the comics, but from what I've seen. But I think it was really cool to maybe even see new characters as well. Like, for example, there's this character here called Raph, who, from my knowledge and from what I've seen on other places, that this is actually Yuri Watanabe from the first game. Now, as we know, if you did play the Turf Wars DLC, excuse the kids outside of my freaking neighborhood. But the fact that she turns bad in that DLC, she ends up trying to kill Hammerhead and all that. And so I would love to probably maybe see like a brief encounter with her. But Spider-Man 2, for the love of God, do not bring what's her face? This one right here. I don't even remember her name. That's how bad she was. Yeah, this one. Don't bring her back, please. I swear. If you do, we're gonna absolutely just throw the controllers at the screen and say, Insomniac, But yeah, yeah. And finally, I think the big one that I've been saving up here for the end of the video here almost is that I want to see Harry as Venom. Now, it was confirmed by the people at Insomniac, which basically confirmed to us that Venom is not Eddie Brock, which is definitely interesting to say the least, because we'd already assume that he would be Eddie Brock, because as we know, Venom has always been either portrayed as Venom, or no, sorry, Eddie Brock or Peter Parker, but I think we're definitely going to see probably Peter Parker as well as Venom, but we also would love to see that Harry is Venom. Now, we have gotten this tease for over 2 games now. If the first game alluded to us that Harry was in the back to tank, this night Star Wars, in this kind of green tank or something, and he was just chilling in there, and you know he had black webs in there, so that alluded to Venom. And then the second game, it was then Norman Osborn was like, let's get him out of there. So he wanted him to be out because he wanted to save his son. But in this game, I hope that this guy, Venom, is going to be Harry. I think that'd be really cool, and it'll be such a unique dynamic for the fact that Peter will be basically fighting his best friend, which would be kind of very interesting to say the least. And I also really want to see Kraven the Hunter be probably the hardest villain we've ever faced in this game franchise so far. We know that we had Otto from the first game. He was definitely a very good villain. It was a very poetic end to, in a way, the way that he meant to Peter, and the fact that he was a great man in some cases, but of course his obsession for Norman, of course, then blinded him, and then obviously caused him to basically form the Sinister Six, which was really cool to see as well. And again, I just want to see that Kraven should be an absolute menace for Peter Parker and Miles Morales. So, yeah. I think that will be the 5 things I will want to see in Spider-Man 2. There are many other things I want to see as well, but this is like my general 5 things I want to see. If you guys want to see another video where I'll go again for another 5 more things I want to see in Spider-Man 2, by all means, drop in the comment section down below. That'll be heavily much appreciated. And most importantly, guys, what do you want to see in Spider-Man 2? I've already said what I wanted to see, but what do you guys want to see in Spider-Man 2? I know that this game should hopefully do absolutely amazing, and hope he gets the Game of the Year award this year. So guys, don't forget to take it easy, and most importantly, swing your webs. Peace!